And welcome everybody, welcome DRSC fans to the second round of the Downtown RaceRoom Silhouette Championship. I am your host, Tiz, also known as Tiziano Raimondi, as you can see on screen, and I welcome you here at Portimao for the Portimao Grand Prix. Now, here we are. We are now looking at Alpha Max Nova 1. And we are here for this practice session. 24 minutes left in the practice session. Hey car driver. Hello to everybody that has already joined the stream. I'm going to say hello to iCrafter, Virus, ciao ragazzi, Nasser, Tiaz DC, car driver of course, and Simin. Hello Simin, ciao Simin. So I'm very happy to welcome you here. And as we just see, Alpha and Falcon absolutely shagging it into the wall because they want to, apparently, and this is a silly practice session. So yeah, if you guys in the chat want to maybe chat, ask me questions, you're free to do so. I will gladly answer your questions. Alright. Okay, sorry for the quick moment of silence, everyone. Hello, Nesu, in the stream, both in the race and in the stream. We are looking at the dead man right now. I'm gonna put auto director. Okay, here we go. We're gonna see some people now. Jason Shore, our fellow American here, he was dubious about participating into this round of the championship, but I talked to him. I persuaded him to, keep driving. Of course, I think he has a very strong chance of improving in this short championship. Now, we are gonna have some people missing. So people missing this round. Sadly, we are gonna miss No Sleep, also known as Paradox. Sadly, or in the game, Eric Brenna. He had some technical issues, personal issues, and couldn't sadly make it to the championship. But we are still cheering for him, and I'm sure that he is cheering for all the drivers in the championship because we are all friends here. We are Francesco Votino is Delta, car driver. So if you want to know the different drivers, we have Cordian, which is Vipersonics. Wait, let me see if I can. Yeah, this is Vipersonics. Then Jonne Mort is Falcon. Max Alpha is, of course, the fan favorite, Alpha Max Nova. Then there's Juan Pedro Moralo, which is our Mochi. Then there's Nestor Hrinowski, which is, of course, Nesu. For Carol, I have to recheck because I have Forgor. I am sorry, everyone. Technical issues. Then we have Dingleby. Then we have E. Then there's Delta. Francesco Votino is Delta. And then we have Firestar, which is Jan Lagutin. Said we are also gonna miss Dorman Korwang because he has had some issues with his wheel. And we are maybe not sure, but maybe gonna miss Ricardo Penna in game because he's having issues with the RaceRoom. See you, car driver. Have a good GT3 championship. All right. In short time, probably in like around 10 minutes, we are gonna have some interviews with some of the protagonists of last week's round. We're gonna have a talk with the two winners, and we'll have another guest, our Alpha Max here, because he's been, I want to say victim, but he's been topic of some penalties, and he did lose one position after penalties had been given. So we want to talk with him, ask what his opinions are. We'll see. Yes, that is the New Zealand flag for Jan. Yes. Jan Lagutin is Firestar car driver. Yes, as Neso is saying, races are both 2 races, 15 minutes long each. Then it's fixed setup, Nasser. It's fixed setup. It's a completely free championship, and we wanted the skill bridge to not be that big. So we made a fixed setup to help pit drivers that don't know how to make setups not fall so much behind because of something that they don't know how to make. Yeah, and we are currently spectating. Of course, these two are going at it because they always do. They are always fighting. They really can't catch a break. Oh, well. There we go. So, I guess we can go for a little action. We can see them. Okay, we have Falcon trying to make the move on the inside on turn 1 on Alpha Max Nova. He makes the move sick, but Alpha still on his bumper, tries to switch the line. He doesn't go over off the bump. He might have a go here. Yes, he does on the inside of turn 3. They are still side by side. Will they go side by side through turn 4? Alpha concedes. He's just trying to have a better exit. It appears that he has had the better exit. He's on the outside here. We are going down to turn 5. The slowest corner of the track. A very slow hairpin. They break. Ooh, Alpha barely makes it to do the switch, but he doesn't traction very well out of the corner, and Falcon keeps the position. But Alpha still there, still very, very close. Ooh, he takes a peek on the inside, but he loses a bit of time. Now, Falcon trying to have a good exit here. Alpha lost some traction, lost some distance to Falcon here, but he might still have a saying in this. Now, let's see. No, to enter, if you the QR code for car driver is to join the DownTown server. So if you in theory, if you scan the QR code, you should be able to join the Discord server. But of course, you are already in. Volumes on my microphone. Firestar, is it a problem about my microphone being too low on compared to the game? Or is it a problem of just in general being too quiet? Sorry for the noise. I hope this is a little bit better. Hope this improves the audio. Sorry for the technical problems. Car driver, you can go to. You have to open RaceRoom since you are in the championship. Just open RaceRoom, then go to multiplayer, look for the DRSC championship, and click on race, and then enter the password that has been sent in the DRSC chat on the Discord server. So is the Has the audio improved? I hope it has. Much better? Okay. Low expectations? No, I think you are gonna be fine. I mean, this is a very, very, very tricky track, so with lots of up and downs. And corners are very difficult, so I'm gonna say that you might still have a chance. Don't worry. Alright, we might lose also Yamiroquai for this race, sadly, but I guess he's just gonna get back for the next race. Also, I would like to say, since this is the first time that we hop on YouTube with these live streams, I would like to say that this is the first actual non-auto beam, so non-automation or BeamNG championship that we've done on Downtown. It was born as an idea of taking a break, mostly from auto beam racing. But I have to say, I'm very impressed by how many people actually decided to participate in this. I wasn't really thinking that so many people would join, and we might see some new entries later on. If I'm correct, we might have a new entry for the third round of the championship in Virus. And yeah, so I'm very excited to see new drivers joining the championship because they like so much the game. I love the game a lot, and I am more than happy to see people enjoying it and having fun. Yeah, the acronym is both RRE or R3E. It's whatever. Okay. So, 11 minutes and 40 seconds. I will now inform the interested drivers about the interviews. We have 8 spectators for now. All right. There we go. So, around 10 minutes left in the practice, and in a short time we'll have the drivers join us here for the interviews. As I have to say, I've been very surprised with the pace that Alpha has been having, so we might hear a bit from him. Oh! Okay, and okay. 1 second, guys. Okay. Alright, so we are now here with 3 drivers. We are here with the 2 previous race winners of the first round of the championship. We are here with Falcon.
Hello.
And we are here with Vipersonics.
Hello.
So, guys, what would you like to tell me about, first of all, the races of last week, and what do you look forward to in this championship round here in Portimao? What are your feelings about your pace? What do you think?
I am excited for the race. I expect fights with Falcon. I think he is fast enough to catch up, especially with slipstreams. And I'm aiming to win.
Okay. Okay. Falcon, what do you think?
Yeah, I would be excited for that battle, but I have my doubts about that being a thing. I mean, as soon as you get away, there's no chance of me catching you with that pace.
Okay, so we have a little bit of, a little bit of mind games, a little bit of chat between the two fastest drivers, at least in the last round they were. And now we are here with Alpha, our P3 finisher in the first round, in the first race of the first round of the championship, who has been kind of the center of focus of a little bit of accidents in race 2 that caused him to get 2 penalizations. What do you think of the penalties, Alpha? Do you plan on improving for this race? What do you think?
Well, I mean, I would like to say that penalties were unfair or anything like that, but truly I think those accidents were my fault 100%, so penalties were of course deserved. And yeah, I took a little bit of practice during this week to try and improve the will to win racing, to try and avoid doing any, let's say, stupid stuff that I did like in race 2. So yeah, let's say that as Valentino Rossi would say, I am very, very happy, and I would try to to race as better as possible, especially in race 1 and of course race 2 when everything is gonna happen. I don't know if I'm gonna have the pace to aim for a podium again, but I'm gonna try my best.
Okay, that's a great mentality from you, and I wish all of you guys great luck for these 2 races, and I will now move you back to the server to the voice chat with the others. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
And there we are. Interviews have been done. Sì, Virus, il prossimo sarà Trematerra. Però lui non sa quel che l'aspetta. So, now 6 minutes and 43 seconds left in this practice session, and so we are now gonna wait a little bit, maybe chat or just follow the practice session, and then we are gonna move on to qualifying. So I will now let you go on board with our man Alpha Max Nova 1, and as we take a short break. And here we are again. Sorry for the long wait. Now we have Simon, you bring good news. Oh, I'm glad to hear. But wait, sorry, we have to wait. We'll have to wait for that because now we see Alpha going to try and make the move on Falcon here into turn 1. Will he make the move? Stick. He's through. Ooh, but Falcon doesn't like that one bit. He's gonna try to make the move again. They are still side by side. Falcon going to try the move into turn 3. Alpha tries to... Ooh, almost does the good old switcheroo, but the move doesn't go well. He's gonna try now to take all the slipstream from Falcon and make the move into turn 5. I'm very happy for you, Simeon. I'm very happy to hear that you will be back in downtown by the end of summer. And I'm just very happy for you. I know how much you cared about this community, and we all kind of miss you, even if we don't really say it out loud. Okay. Here we are again. Now, going to the final corner, penultimate corner here. Here we are now in the slipstream with Alphonse, the slipstream of Falcon. Will he try to make the move again into turn 1? He's a little bit far, but he might have the space to try the move. Now, over the hill, over the crest, taking all the slipstream. Let's go check the sky cam. Ooh, he's a little bit far. He is a little bit too far. Oh, they're going for the jump. And Falcon absolutely sends a missile into the crowd. Manages to unalive 6 people. And this is gonna be a red flag. Race is gonna get delayed. I'm sorry, everyone. Goodbye. The broadcast is over. Nah, I'm joking. I'm joking. I know I got you. Alright. Now, on a more serious note, 53 seconds until the qualifying starts. Alright. I guess I'm excited for it. I hope you guys are as excited as I am for this. I know these drivers have a lot of pace, and they have been, you could say, protagonists of great fights. Oh, as we now have also, let's have a rundown of the drivers that we have in the server right now. We have, of course, our, you could say that he's the championship leader alongside Falcon. We have Vipersonics, Kordian Krzyzimski from Poland. Then we have the German, of course, everybody knows him and loves him. The driver who drives into virtual reality mode because, I don't know, he likes it apparently. If he's faster, then good for him. Jon Morse, also known as Falling Falcon. Also from Italy, our apparently third driver for times is the fan favorite Alpha Max Nova 1. Then we have in P4 Jan Lagutin, the young Kiwi, also known as Firestar 16. Then we have Francesco Votino, Francesco Delta, known in downtown, another Italian. And we move to qualifying now. We have then Juan Pedro Moralo, our Spaniard, our favorite Spaniard, also known as Mochi. Then we have Carol Wojtyla. I hope I pronounced this correctly. I am sorry if I offended an animal family in Poland. I am desperately sorry. Yeah, sorry about that. I will quickly check because I don't know. It just I'm sorry. I don't remember the name. Okay. Oh, it's Goldberg. It's our fan favorite Salvatore. Sorry, Salvatore. I was forgetting. Then, as we have a little bit of an important debate in the chat, do we prefer cash or card? Do we follow the capitalists or do we follow our Lord and Savior Francesco Pecco Bagnaia? That's the real question. That's the question we want to answer here, now, today, in this qualifying session. Now, continuing the rundown on the order, we have Daniel Ingleby from the USA, also known as Dingleby. We have, of course, the father of Downtown, the son of Yuri Hrinovsky, who we remember in this championship. We have the founder, Nestor Hrinovsky, also known as Neso. A round of applause for him. Without him, all of this wouldn't be possible and we wouldn't be here today. Then we have, also from Poland, Chris Tango, also known as Chris Tango. I know, kind of uneventful, but that's his name. Then we have Jason Short, one of the fan favorites from USA. We have E, yes, 10 E's, one after the other. And if it's not 10, he gets offended. He doesn't answer your messages, so beware to be precise. Then we have Miech, also from Poland. There's a lot of Polish guys in this championship and in the server. Then we have Max Nair's Mana, who was missing in the first round of the championship. And he actually has a lot of play, a lot of pace, as we now have our first lap finishers. We have a 1:46.0 from Falcon, a 1:46.3 from Max, and a 1:46.6 from Delta. So 3/10 gaps between the first three guys for now. Then we have Dingleby setting a time of 1:48.2. Let's catch up with the chat. Hello Dencello, welcome to the stream. Alex Maggio, we have the karting driver here. We have Alex Maggio. Say hello to Alex. Pope Jean-Paul, yes. Pope's Mobile. Thank you Dencello for the commentary. Ooh, and now we have Nesu setting a 1:46.9 and E setting a 1:47.799. Chris Tango setting a 1:47.992. Robert Kubica, the destroyer of Formula 1. Robert Forcade, oh Jesus Christ. Alex, I'm Tiz, also known as Titan Killer. Do you remember that one guy in the Formula Cocaine server that joined like 5 years ago? Yeah, you probably don't, but yeah, I've been there and yeah. Oh, Alex, I'm that one guy who asked you some time ago if you wanted to join an esports team. And you told me that you didn't simply because we didn't race on... I don't remember if it was Air Factor or Project Tars that you race, and we didn't. And yeah, that's it. That's one interaction we had. I know it's funny, but yeah. I can understand if it sounded very, very weird. Glad to have you here, though. Now... Oh, as we have Yummy manages to join the server. Absolute cinema. He was out in the woods until like 10 minutes ago, so I'm very happy to see him here. Oh, you remember? Let's go. Let's absolutely go. Now, checking the top 5 drivers. As I actually missed Vipersonics, Kordian Krasimski setting a 1:46.03. Only 0.02 of a second behind Falcon. Alpha improving to a 1:46.078. There are 3 drivers in 0.6. What is this fight for pole position? Falcon is in P1 for now. Is this gonna be the end of the gap? Like, are these gaps gonna stand until the end of qualifying? This is an incredible qualifying session. As Falcon is improving even strongly with a 1/10 improvement in the first sector that got to a 2.5 improvement in the second sector. Will he keep this advantage and have a strong finishing turn to close this lap and improve on his time? Let's see. Let's go right on board with him on the final straight over the hill as he takes all flat out on the gas, goes over the finish line, and he does improve. Wow, a 1:45.569. He leaves everybody in the dust. Now, Viper Sonics steals the pole position from him by 0.07 of a second right after. Wow, incredible times. Now, Alpha with a 1:46.2. That's curious. I thought he had a 1:46.0. I'm sorry. I made a mistake. As Delta with a 1:46.2, the P3 and P4 very, very close. We have very, very hard fights for the positions here. Nobody is leaving no space for each other. Wow. We can take a break. They are all giving it all they have out here. And we are all here for it. Sorry for the big sip. As there's 14 spectators now. Now, let's go and check if... Okay, so now Viper Sonics in the pits. Falcon instead is still trying to push, still trying to improve, but he's not improving this lap. Let's see if our Italian man Alpha Max is improving. Yes, he is. He has a purple first sector, and he is gaining still in the second on himself. Is he going actually for his first sub 49? Sorry, 45.9? That's the best time I remember he did. 1 Ukrainian, 3 Poles, 1 German, 1 New Zealanders, 2 Italians, 2 Americans, and 1 Spaniard. Yes, I know that really sounds like the beginning of a very, very bad joke. As Alpha improves to a 1:46.0, not quite what he needed. Also, I'm trying to understand why the times are changing. Oh, because this is the last lap. I am sorry, everyone. I've made a major mistake. Sorry. I was confusing the last laps with the best laps. Go Franco. Yes, indeed, the lean. Alpha, since you have the controller and you can, lean, my guy. Use the power, use the force. Picture in your head the face of Kate telling you, the inside, my child. Use the inside. Now, Mana, actually, he had very strong times for the first round of the championship, going so far as challenging the best times on the leaderboards in the entire game, but sadly couldn't participate in the championship round. Now, he's gonna try his best to make up for those 2 races he missed and still compete for the championship. I will remember now, everyone, that in this championship, the winner of the championship will receive 20 euros worth of VRP, which is the in-game value that they can use to purchase tracks or cars in game. As we have quite menacing, we have Tias telling Alpha that if he doesn't win, he's gonna start living in his walls again. What lore are we missing here? Do we have a case of people living in each other's walls? Guys, you know you have to pay rent. You cannot just live in each other's walls without paying the rent. Remember. So yeah, as qualifying is now over, as we have a quick rundown, we have Viper Sonics, Falcon, Jan Lagutin stealing P3 from Max, then Alpha Max Nova 1, Mana, Delta, Salvatore, Mochi, Nesu, Yamiroquai, E, Chris Tango, Dingleby, and Mier in P14. Dencello, you might be able to join for the next round of the championship. You just need to inform me personally, and I will maybe send you the form to fill out to join. And if someone in the chat wants to join Downtown and maybe join the championship, you can do so. You can join Downtown using the QR code you see on the bottom left of your screen, and just DM me specifically in private in the server. I am Tyler Raymond. Don't ask why I have that name. And my name on Discord is TitanKiller5505. As I now will leave you guys to the intro of the championship. And we are back. I hope you... Oh my god, as we are seeing people driving backwards in the pit lane, what are they doing? As we see Dingleby trying to... Oh my god, what is this? Oh my days. Is he trying to murder somebody? Oh my god. Dramatic moments in the DRSC you will only find here. We have the best racing. And the biggest terrorists. Apparently. Okay. Anyways, of course we are joking, YouTube. We are not trying to promote any bad behaviors. Please don't strike us. So, now 14 drivers for this championship round. I will now remind you that the first 10 get points. It's 20 points for P1 and basically so on for all the others. 15 for P2. And now I can't remember on the top of my head. Please don't insert low quality explosions. We don't want to get sued. But anyways, now warm-up is over and we are about to see the drivers getting onto the grid to start the race number 1. Alright, as we see the drivers starting to get onto the grid. There we are, let's go to the front with the action camera as we go to 5 red lights. And it's lights loud and it's lights out and away we go. Now we are seeing Vipersonics trying to hold the lead. Will he be able to do so? Yes, he does. As we see Max going on the attack on Falcon into turn 1. Ooh, oh my god, we have a car on 2 wheels. Mana goes on 2 wheels into turn 1. Do we have any crashes behind? Doesn't look like it. Ooh, we have a lot of contact into turn 3. Please, nobody crash. We are trying to keep this family friendly, and we apparently did. Great. Now let's go back to the front as we have Alpha losing a bit of time to Falcon, who managed to defend his position. Now, oh my god, there's a big crowd going into turn 5. Let's go to the... Oh, and now we have a spin. 2 spin, multiple spins. It's a disaster into turn 5. Oh my god. It's a carnage. We have multiple victims. Yami involved. Miech, E, Mochi, Dingleby, possibly Cristango as well. It's a bit of a disaster on the back, in the back of the field, but our top drivers are still running. We still have Salvatore close to Firestar. Will he try to make the move? Ooh, Firestar was probably one of the guys that almost got spun around. Oh, he's close. Will he try the move here? He looks like it. He is trying it. He makes the move. And he apparently makes it stick. So we have Salvatore up into P7. Now, we have Mochi in P11. Ooh, we have a bit of smoke here. Let's go to Firestar here at the front. Falcon, 3/10 behind. Looking to have a juicy overtake in turn 1. But of course, Vipersonics covering the inside. Let's go on board with Falcon. Does he make the move stick? They are probably side by side. Falcon takes P1 from Vipersonics. Ooh, and Alpha is still close. These three, they are 1, 2, and 3, just like they were in the finishing order of race 1 of the last round. Ooh, as Miech and Yami are having a fight into turn 3, they go side by side. Ooh, almost contact between two. But now Alpha, ooh, makes the move on Vipersonics. They are still side by side. They are going down into turn 7. Mochi, oh, almost makes the move. Ooh, Alpha lifts into Samsung we go. And Alpha doesn't make the move stick. But Mochi is still close to Chris. On the outside, as Viper, now Alpha with a great exit on Vipersonics. On the outside, we're going to turn 10. On the inside, Alpha breaks later. Will he keep the corner? Oh, he goes a bit wide. As we have Dingleby overtaking Jason Short. Ooh, and Alpha keeps the position on Vipersonics. Now Vipersonics looking to the inside. Ooh, and we have an accident. Dingleby spinning around, actually, and having a crash with someone else. But we have to stay in the fight at the front. These guys are giving it all they have. As we have, actually, Mana and Nesu in P4 and P5, they gained positions. So we have Falcon gaining 1 position, Mana, Max gaining 2, Vipersonics lost 2 positions, Mana gained 1, Nesu gained 5, but we have Delta here, very close to Nesu. He's looking to make the move into turn 1 as Firestar is looking to make the move on Salvatore. Ooh, they go side by side through turn 1. They don't crash. And he makes the move. And now Chris keeps the position on. Let's go now ahead to P3 as Nesu is still close to Delta. Now Vipersonics doesn't make the move on Alpha even though he goes a bit deep. Oh my, Nesu makes the move on Delta as ooh, now we have Salvatore trying to make the move on Delta and also Cristango trying to make the move on Firestar that just overtook him. Ooh, as they go side by side through Samsung, there's a bit of contact, but they are all good. Incredible racing down here. Now Cordian still trying to catch up to the Italian here as we have E and Yami having a fight, but we have to keep the focus here on the fight for P5 as Salvatore makes the move on Nesu, but Nesu is still there, and there's also Firestar in the mix. Ooh, Firestar almost re-runs as we now have Salvatore trying still to defend the position from Nesu. Let's go to the sky camera to see if we can catch a better view of this fight. As someone tries to remind Alpha to remember the Scopaggio that Norris endured during last season, that is actually a very kind of good thing to say. I don't know. It's not like I speak Italian or something. So now we have actually Vipersonics getting really close with Alpha through turn 1. He has a better exit. He is faster. But he takes the curb into turn 2. That really slowed him down. He might have damage, but he looks to the inside into turn 3. They almost make contact, but they don't. Now Vipersonics taking all the slipstream into the straight after turn 4 into turn 5. The hairpin. They pass the motorcycle route Oh, and Vipersonic going to the inside. There's a bit of contact, but we have a bit of banter, but oh, Alpha still trying to take a look there. They're side by side. This is very dangerous. Alpha concedes. Oh, but he's looking to make the switch. Alpha goes deep. They don't make contact. And Alpha is through once again. What an amazing move from the Italian. This is biblical scenes we are seeing. Wow. What a race these guys are giving us. Let's go back now to the fight for P5. Firestar on the outside of Salvatore. He goes deep. Ooh, brings him a little bit wide. Salvatore goes out of the track limits, but I think it was forced. We're gonna have a lot to look through when we make race direction later after the races. Now, the group from P5 to P9, they are all very, very close. Ooh, as Firestar has a moment. Salvatore had a moment, and now Firestar and Nesu are all very, very close to Salvatore, and Delta now can try and run away from this fight to keep his 5th position, but the fight here is enraging. They're very, very close, and we have Cordian again really close to Nesu into turn 1. Oh, he goes out of the track limits. Firestar trying to make the move on Salvatore into turn 1. Nesu trying to pick up the pieces if they crash. Ooh, they all go over the curb. We have Crisango going on the outside of Nesu. Ooh, and Firestar going to the inside of Salvatore. What a race are these guys having. Oh my god, I can't catch a break. They're all so close. Ooh, Crisango gets pushed into the grass. He keeps it. Amazing. Wow. How did he save that one? Incredible. Firestar going to the inside of Salvatore. They may have made contact as now. Ooh, Vipersonics still close to Alpha. Now, oh, as Salvatore loses the position to Firestar. Now, let's go back to Vipersonics on an action camera because he's very close to Alpha Max Nova 1 here. Will he try to make the move? He's very close. He might think about it. Now, the gaps are Falcon 2.5 seconds ahead of Max. Oh, and wow, Vipersonics is really brave out here. Oh, Salvatore, he might try to make the move here. And he doesn't really make it stick, sadly. Oh, but now, oh god, Vipersonics is really close to Alpha here on the back straight. He's gonna take all the slipstream. He's sniffing that R51's rear bumper. He wants back that 2nd place. He will not let this young Italian with a lot of talent finish in front of him. Now, taking all the slipstream. Let's go on board with him. He moves to the inside under braking. Alpha clears him before the corner. How brave the guy. Wow, and he gets a little bit of space between them. He now has a little bit of breathing room. Let's go back to Nesu now into turn 1. Doesn't make the move. Cristango really close to Salvatore. Tries to make the move on the outside of turn 3. Tries to go for the switcheroo. He makes it sick, but Salvatore now has the inside into turn 4. Oh, and Nesu makes the move actually. Nesu, is he gonna go for the double overtake in 2 corners? He does! Will he make the move? Oh, as Falcon goes very wide, trying to avoid contact. Now, Nesu makes the move stick, but he is getting attacked again by Salvatore, who takes the position. And yes, Nesu falls behind and has to try all over again to take the 7th position. As now Firestar is running away from this little group. And now let's go back to the fight for P2, because these guys are just giving no breathing room for each other. As we actually have a fight in the Cristango making, almost making a move into turn 11 on Nesu. That's very brave. But if you know the line and if you know how to kind of scare the guy in front of you, you can make the move stick. Now, we have to go back to the front runners because we have here Vipersonics 2.5 tenths behind Alpha. You gain a lot of time with these cars with the slipstream. Who the fan called a corner Samsung? Quasar, Nolo saw, as we have Viper Sonics making the move into turn 1, but Alpha is gonna go for the switch. Oh, he goes over the curb. Oh, and that cost him the position, sadly. Now, who else they go down the straight? Cristango and Nesu all really close with each other, but Alpha is gonna try. Oh, oh my god, they are waving down the straight. Alpha on the outside, he brakes really late. He tries to traction better than the young Paul. He sadly doesn't get enough traction as he might want. Oh, but he's going for it on the outside. This is so risky. Woo! They barely don't touch. Oh, a bit of contact on the braking, but nothing that will damage their races. Alpha is still really close. Will he try to make the move that he learned just today, this afternoon? Will he make the move? Goes to the outside, brakes a little bit early, tries to switch in, and he doesn't really make the move. Now, let's go back to Salvatore, as Nesu is now in front of Salvatore. Sadly, we missed the move, but because the two guys in front fighting for P2 are giving us a hell of a fight. Now, Cristango. Ooh, but Salvatore starts to make the move on Nesu as he goes a bit wide. He really can't make it, sadly. Now, Alpha is still 3/10 off of Viper Sonics. Cristango. Oh, wow, what a fight are they having. Alpha still just 4/10 off of Viper Sonics. He might still to track the move. Oh, Miech and Dingleby still having a fight back here. Is Alpha gaining on the straight? He is, but he's not gaining enough into turn 1. He goes, oh, he goes a little bit deep. Still keeps it in the track limits. Great job from the Italian to not take any penalties. Cristango and Salvatore trying to take... Oh, no, they are not gonna. They are not gonna go. They are going 3 wide into turn 1. Salvatore breaks out. Oh, my God. Cristango goes on 2 wheels. He might have suspension damage. Side by side, they bang wheels with Salvatore. Now, Chris still trying to keep the inside, but Salvatore keeps the position. What a fight for P7. Wow. Incredible. Alpha now has lost some ground to Viper Sonics. Viper Sonics, of course, had a lot more pace in qualifying. My God, these guys needs to stop this. I can't keep on going with this. My voice won't hold for race 2. Oh, I need to take a breath. Oh my God. Yami actually has a spin. It's sad for the young Englishman, but I mean, he's lucky to be here racing. Cristango losing ground to Salvatore. We're still just 3/10 off of Nesu. Now, Max losing a bit of time. This is almost last lap. Falcon going down to the last corner. He is about to start the last lap. Remember, once the timer is done, the leader finishes his lap and then the race is over. Cristango now still really close to Salvatore, and Mochi, slowly but surely, still has gained some time on both of them. Now, sorry, Salvatore. Now, ooh, as Chris takes all the road he can to get as much speed on the main straight as he possibly can. 2/10 behind Salvatore. He moves to the inside. Nesu has a bit of breathing room. He's kind of safe. Cristango, wow, Salvatore clears him before the exit of the corner. Will Chris still try to make the move? He's a bit too far. As we have Firestar trying to make, maybe he wants to make the move before the end of the lap on Francesco Delta, but he's still a little bit too far. Mochi now gets involved into the fight for P7. Ooh, he goes a little bit deep, sadly. This might cost him, and he goes wide. He's gonna get track limits for this one. Now, Cristango only 3/10 behind Salvatore. This can mean getting either 2 or 3 points. The fight for P8. Now, Nesu 6 seconds behind Firestar, but just half a second in front of Salvatore. Now, Cristango 1/10. Cristango 1/10 behind Salvatore, as Falling Falcon is now approaching the last corner on the outside. Cristango, will he keep his nose? He doesn't. Let's go quickly to Falcon on the last corner when we have both Firestar really close. Yes, Firestar is 2/10 off of Delta. Will he make the move on the last straight as Falcon is about to cross the finish line and he wins race 1? Now, Firestar is really close. He's taking all the slipstream. He wants to make the move on the Italian. Will he be able to steal P5 from him? They are really close, but he doesn't have the time. And now let's go back to Mochi. Mochi is really close to Cristango. He probably wants to try the same thing. He doesn't have the time. And he finishes P10. So the round down of the positions. Ingleby. Oh, they are side by side. Ingleby and Miech actually still fighting even for the last position. This doesn't award points, but it's for the glory. It's for the honor. And Ingleby makes the move on the last corner, and he's probably gonna take the 13th spot unless Miech has a great slipstream. He doesn't. So finishing order is Falling Falcon, Vipersonics, Alpha Max Nova 1, Mana, Delta, Firestar, Nesu, Salvatore, Cristango, Mochi, E, Yami, Dingleby, and Miech. Whew! And I need to take a break. So while the second warm-up for race 2 goes on, I will quickly leave you on board with our race winner, Falcon, and I'm gonna take a short break. Okay, and we are back, everyone. Sorry for the wait. I had to take a little bit of a break. My vocal cords are screaming, actually, for a break, but I'm not gonna give it to them. Whew. Oh wow, as we have Falcon going on 2 wheels. Now, 30 seconds left in the warm-up for race 2. I will now remind you guys that if you thought that race 1 was chaotic, in race 2, for the starting grid, we'll have the first 10 positions of race 1, and we'll have them inverted. So we have Mochi starting in P1, and Falcon starting in P10. So, I think you can already imagine what shenanigans are gonna unfold. And may God be with my throat, because Jesus Christ, it's gonna hurt tomorrow, but we are all here for it. When will be next championship? Okay, Nasser, this was, as I already said before, this is the first time that we're doing a non-auto beam championship here, so this might be a one-off, but seeing how good it is going, this might happen again. Now, we are on the starting grid for race 2. The drivers are getting ready. They are just checking, so preparing the fuel, maybe changing a bit of brake bias, preparing their strategy for this race. This is gonna be even more chaotic than race 1, so I hope you guys are ready for a lot of crashes. Now let's go to the front of the field, let's go to the action, to the air camera. The lights are gonna go out, and we are racing here in Portimao as our race leader. Now, Mochi has a terrible start. Chris Tango hoping to make the move. We are not gonna have 3 wide in the first corner. Please, please don't. We are gonna have 3 wide. There's contact between the first 2. Mochi goes wide. 4 wide into turn 2. They survive. It's absolute chaos. Oh my god, Man is trying to make the move. 3 wide into turn 3. Nobody is dead. How is this possible? Mochi has fallen down 6 positions as Nesu takes the lead of the race. Now, let's go with our leader. Let's go to the action camera. This is gonna be a disaster to see all of this unfold. Maybe let's see, have the static camera for the corner. And nobody explodes. This is biblical. As now we have their, oh my, but they are still going side by side here. They are not taking any chances. Vipersonics almost crashing with Falcon. As Alpha is last. What happened? No, we missed it. That's terrible news. Oh, Firestar now trying to take the move on Nesu. He goes a little bit deep. Wow. Falcon side by side with Mana. 3 very fast drivers here in 5th, 6th and 7th. Now, Nes, I will give you a quick rundown of the positions once we get to the start-finish line. But it's gonna be a really uphill fight for Alpha Max Nova 1. I can tell you that much. Alpha did the funny. Damn. So, now, going into to finish the first lap, we have Nesu in P1, then we have Firestar, Salvatore, Mana, Cristango, Falcon, Mochi, Vipersonics. We don't even have time to do this, as we have Cristango trying to make the Mana trying to make the move on Cristango as Falcon makes the move on Mana. This is absolute cinema, guys. We are witnessing absolute cinema. Ooh, and Firestar takes the position on Nesu. We missed the change of the lead. Falcon still trying to defend now the position he just took from Mana. Mana now taking all the slipstream. Let's see. Let's go to the front of the field to see how things will shape up. Firestar keeping P1. Salvatore trying to make the move on the exit on Nesu. Now, Delta makes the move on Dingleby and Jason Short. Now Nesu. Very hard braking here. Vipersonics, let's go see on Vipersonics. He's 2/10 behind Mochi, but he's gonna make the move on the exit here probably. Let's go ahead again to Nesu. He's gonna try to take back his P2 from Salvatore. Goes on the outside, tries to fake. He doesn't. Let's go to Vipersonics. He makes the move on Mochi. Mochi lets him through. Now, Falcon on the outside of Chris Tango, which turns into the inside. Let's go to the TV camera when Chris Tango loses the position to Falcon. Now Nesu, they are all so close, the fight. Are we gonna see it side by side to the last corner between Nesu and Salvatore? Maybe not. Oh, how is that not? That's probably gonna be track limits for Salvatore. Now Nesu is really close, taking all the slipstream. Firestar taking a 1.1 second lead. He's now having some breathing room. Mana also trying to make the move. Oh my god, we might have a 3 wide back here. No, we don't, but they all turn out alive. There's still a fight going side by side between Nesu actually and Falcon. Nesu defending pretty well. We have side by side also behind Vipersonics and Cristango. Oh my god, I need to take a small break. Okay, Falcon again on the outside of Nesu this time. He might want to make the move, trying to brake harder here. There's 4 drivers in literally a cloth. This is incredible stuff we're seeing side by side. Falcon and Nesu. And Cristango is going to go side by side with Vipersonics here. Are they all alive? This is amazing. This is incredible racing right here. Oh, they touch. They do touch. Let's go to the helicopter camera. Maybe we can catch a better look at all of this. Oh my god, what are these guys doing? Oh my days. And how are they still all alive? Oh my god. Now, Falcon trying to run away from Nesu. And it's like, I can't even tell you who is the fight between here. As Mana has a great run on Cristango, who loses the car on the exit of the third to last corner. Mochi trying to make the move on Cristango. As the gaps at the front kind of get wider and wider. Except the fight for P6. These guys are all still very, very close to each other. And as I said this, of course, Vipersonics really, really close to Nesu. Taking all the slipstream, moving to the inside, already inside for turn 1. Nesu has the slipstream actually and keeps the position. Vipersonics decides to not commit. Ooh, but he might commit here. Through turn 2, side by side. He's gonna go deep into turn 3. Nesu trying the switch. Almost makes it work. He's gonna have a better run through turn 4 probably. And it spins around, sadly. And now, the round down. As we have a drive-through for Miech. So sorry for the Polish driver who was actually in P9 looking to score 2 points this race. But the fight here for P3 is more on fire than ever. And Nesu has Mana really close to him still. Alpha really close to Dingleby. He's going to try probably this race to make up as many positions as he can. Also, Delta out of, just barely into the points. Now, Falcon is catching back up to Salvatore, but Firestar has quite of a gap. Let's go back. Ooh, Mana and Nesu now side by side. To turn 12, they are going into turn 13. Mana makes the move from the outside. Very strong move. Great move from the Austrian, but Nesu is still there. Let's go on board with Nesu, as he's gonna try to take all the slipstream and still make a move on the last straight. Max has a bit of a moment here. They're gonna approach the last corner. Them as well. There's too many things to look at. Falcon making the move on Salvatore for P2. He makes the move stick. Now Nesu trying to defend from Cristango and attacking Mana in the meanwhile. Alpha almost trying to do a double overtake. Can't really make the move on Dingleby. Max into turn 2. Falcon. Oh, gets overtaken by Nesu. What happened to Falcon? He lost 2 places. He probably had contact with Salvatore. We're gonna have to go back and look through this as Alpha gets P10 and overtakes both drivers. Now Falcon on the outside of Cristango. Also, what happened to Mana? Mana is now in P8. We should have stayed on the fight for P4. I'm sorry guys, but there's just too many things. Ooh, almost contacts. Cristango goes wide. Everyone passes. Mochi is back into P8. Now, Nesu still fighting for that P3. He's really hoping to get a podium here. Now, Miech did his drive-through, probably. I'm not sure, I don't know. Okay. Cristango and Falcon all really, really close. Falcon, will he make the move into turn 13? He does. Nesu is trying to resist on the outside. Let's go to the action camera. Oh, and Mana has a spin. Loses positions. He does a safe rejoin. He doesn't obstruct anybody. Good job from him. Oh, Nesu gets overtaken by Falcon, but he's really close. He's gonna try to make the move once again. This is absolutely crazy. As I completely lost track of this, but Vipersonic is back into P2. This could really help him in the championship fight. This might give him the edge over Falcon. So Falcon needs to make quick work of Salvatore to try and salvage as many points as he can. Now Miech doing his drive-through. Miech doing a drive-through. Now let's go to our race leader, Firestar. 3 seconds, 4.5 seconds of Vipersonics. 2 seconds Vipersonics from Salvatore, and then it's just everyone within a second of each other from P3 down to P7. This is crazy. The two Italians, P8 and P9, trying to make up for their mistakes. Let's go to Falcon here. Ooh, as Falcon trying to take the slips. Ooh, Nesu loses. Is now 1 second from Falcon. Now Mochi is gonna look and try to make the move for 5. Yami has a spin out of Samsung corner. Cristango is side by side with Mochi. He makes the move. Incredible stuff. Now Falcon still very close to Salvatore, as Vipersonics is literally eating time from Firestar, as there are 4 minutes and 20 seconds left. Now, ooh, Falcon is super close to Salvatore here. Let's go on board with him to see this attack into turn 1. That is surely gonna happen. Falcon is the Schumacher of Downtown, basically. Okay, going into the inside for turn 1. Let's go to the action camera. I can't look. I'm too scared. Will they make it? Still side by side. Still side by side into turn 2. Salvatore still ahead. And he keeps the position for now. Cristango was passed by Mochi. Incredible stuff. So, now, Alpha, half a second from Delta, and Delta is 3/10 from Falcon and... Oh, Falcon and Salvatore. I can't get away from these two I had here. MF Ghost, indeed, I gotta say. MF Ghost, indeed. Now, as we see Salvatore... Oh, Salvatore with a big slide into turn 9. No! Salvatore, this... What happened to Salvatore? No, he's still there. The What? Salvatore probably has disconnected. He has a DNF. I know he's still here, but apparently he disconnected. This is very sad. We were having a great fight for P3. I'm sorry, Salvatore. This is not your day. Max Alpha now really close to Delta. Alpha is back into the group that is close to before. He does have the pace. Will he have the time? Ooh, as somebody... Cristango has a drive-through penalty! This is biblical scenes for the guys in the back. Now, Alpha, 2.8 tenths off of Delta. Cordian is eating time on Firestar, but we have to stay here. We have to stay here. Cristango is doing his drive-through, and Max makes the move into turn 1. He takes 6th place. Now, Alpha is 1.7 seconds away from Mochi. He's gonna have barely 2 laps. Now, Firestar doing the hairpin. Ooh, Vipersonics is really close. Juan, so our Mochi now goes deep at the hairpin, trying to catch up to Nesu, as Max is still trying to catch up. He's in P6, he's getting good points here. Delta is still very close. He's not happy, he doesn't want to be the second Italian anymore. He's not the second Italian. The one that is about to begin is the last lap. We have to think about this, because Vipersonics has the pace, potentially, to get to Firestar, but does he have the time? We are about to start the last lap. Ooh, Alpha is really close to Mochi, and Mochi is really close to Nesu. Are we gonna see a move from Alpha to take P4? Are we gonna see a move for the win? Let's see. Let's go on board with Alpha Max, 3/10 off of Mochi. He has a better line through the last corner. Mochi is gaining on Nesu, and Alpha is gaining on Mochi. Are we gonna see a 3 wide into turn 1? We might very well do. Mochi, oh my god, they are gonna do it! Alpha is going for it! They are going 3 wide into turn 1! Alpha! Alpha makes the move! Alpha is through! Alpha takes P4! Mochi is still on the ice. They're... Oh my god, they almost did 3 wide into turn 3, but Alpha takes P4 with the double overtake into turn 1! Wow! Now, they are all really close. They are all really close in the fight for P5. Alpha trying to run away with it, as Vipersonics is really close to maybe make a move for the lead in the last few corners. Is very hard. Fight for P5. Let's go back. Delta 3/10 off of Mochi. Nesu lost 4 positions in half a lap. That must be very sad for him, but he's had a great race. Now Delta is still close to Juan. Ooh, they almost have a moment. Let's go to the action camera. Ooh, Delta has a better exit than Mochi. He's gonna try to make the move on the outside of turn 13. Ooh, that's probably track limits. Last penultimate corner. Cordian is too far away, and we have a first time race winner here in the DRSC, and we have Nesu. Nesu actually trying to make a move on Delta. Firestar wins his first race in the DRSC. Cordian P2, as we have Nesu 3/10. He's not gonna be able to make the move, as Delta is not gonna be able to make the move on Mochi. Falcon finishes P3. Alpha Max finishes P4 with an incredible race. Mochi P5, Delta P6, Nesu P7, Dingle P8, E P9 gets 2 points, Yami P10, 1 point, Mana P11, Cristango P12, Miek P13, and so sad for Salvatore, he got disconnected. Whew. That was a roller coaster of emotion. Wow. Incredible. Now, we are gonna have some interviews with the protagonists of the races. I'm gonna try to have a conversation with every driver, and we'll get back to you right after. So let's try to move the drivers up here.
Oh fuck.
Everybody, 1 second, 1 second. 1 second. Oh, geez. Okay. Hello, everyone. Please be silent. So we are here in the broadcast. I wanted to have a small chat with each one of you to have a breakdown of how the races went. So I was thinking about starting with race 1 winner, Falcon. Tell us what you think about these few races.
Yeah, race 1 was pretty good. I got away quite nicely, especially due to the battle between Alpha and Vipersonic. And yeah, race 2 was pretty unfortunate. I got spun in the second corner, or I don't know if it's the second or third, in the second or third corner, and couldn't get it turned around on the spot, so I kind of blocked Mana, I think.
Okay.
And yeah.
Yeah, tough break. We'll have a check at the whole race after this. Now let's go to our race 2 winner, Firestar, our first time winner here in the DRSC. You must feel ecstatic. Tell us what went through your head here.
Well, at the start, I managed to get a few very good overtakes on turn 2, and I ended up second behind Nesu. Then I overtook him on the straight, and then I was like, okay, I have to build as much of a lead as I can in this fresh air and hope that all the fighting behind will slow everyone down. And then I saw, I forgot who it was that was starting to come up, that fought with, sorry, I'm not sure how to pronounce the name.
No worries.
Wojtyla?
Oh, Salvatore.
Salvatore, yeah. And then something happened. I'm not sure if it was an incident or something, and I see that the time goes from 4 seconds to 8 seconds. I'm like, okay, I can actually fight for P1. I can actually hold it. It was very tense, seeing the time tick down. Made a few mistakes, but luckily managed to hold it.
Great job from you, Firestar. And now let's move to the driver that got 2 second places in both races. So very good points for you. Vipersonics, tell us about your races.
As I expected, Falcon kept up the pace. On first race, he made a huge gap because Alpha did a great job at defending me from overtaking, but at one point I overtook him. Never managed to close the gap to Falcon. So unfortunately P2, not really happy with that, but it's still a good place. And race 2, a lot of chaos happens.
Yep.
Chaos. The fights with fights.
Basically with the entire
Okay.
grid. You all had
Yeah.
a fight. Hello C1 in the chat.
Ahead of me, Falcon and one other person. That crash that happened gave me a huge opportunity. I actually hit one of the cars, but thankfully no damage. I closed the gap slowly but surely to the P1. Unfortunately, I just needed one more lap and I would have got it, but Firestar did a good job at keeping up the pace.
Yeah. So I have to say congratulations to everyone here, first of all. And congratulations to Firestar on his first win. Viper, you had really great pace all day today. Falcon, great win for race 1. And now we move to our podium finisher, P3 in race 1 and P4 on the last few laps in race 2, Alpha Max. What do you have to tell us about your races?
Well, that was intense. I mean, for race 1, all I have to say is actually I can't remember. Actually, I go like link the names in the game, and I kind of don't link them with on Discord. So how it's called the orange car. Who was that? Because I
Vipersonics
cannot-
in race 1.
Yeah, I mean, Vipersonic, we had some kind of battle. Like, I tried my absolute best to try and keep it behind, and I'm sure that was a little bit frustrating for him because he usually had the pace for fight for P1, but at the same time, I feel like I was fighting for P2, so I kind of had to give everything there.
Yep.
But at least I hope it was a fun show for everyone watching. So
Oh, trust
yeah,
me.
it was a nice battle.
It was. Trust me, it was. Instead, what
it
happened?
was a very nice
to...
battle, and I'm still happy for P3 for race 1. Yeah.
Yeah. What happened to race 2? Because I saw that you were at the bottom of the standings and at least in lap 1.
Well, basically, I started. Delta started a little bit later, and I hit Delta on the back and spun. So that's mainly what happened. So
okay.
unfortunate, but I cannot blame anyone. So I think it's just me that should have reacted faster. So yeah, not very optimal, but at least I managed to race somewhere in race 2. So
You got
yeah,
to
sorry
P4,
for
so...
everyone who maybe met me. Sorry.
No, you got to P4, so that's still great points.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's good. I mean, I think I could have done better, but I'm not gonna be sad for this. At least not right now.
Okay. Now let's move to Delta. What do you have to tell us about?
Well, to be fair, this race was not the greatest I had. I know it's only the start of the championship, but I did a lot of mistakes, both major mistakes and minor mistakes, and I take full blame of every error that caused others the race. Case in point, the false start in race 2. Like, I had some problems with the start, and unfortunately it happened. But I take full blame for what happened, and I take full responsibility and try to learn for next race. But besides that, I had a blast and was kind of confident with the race, the track. Sorry, like I had a blast.
Okay, great. Thank you. Now let's move to Mochi. You had a couple of great races and a couple of great points, so tell us about your races.
The races was good and good battles,
Yep.
but I don't like this track. I don't like.
Okay. Very brief, short. I like it. Now, let's move on. Let's hear Chris Tango.
Hello.
Hello. How were your two races? If you want to tell us a little bit about them. Of course, you were involved in a lot of fights.
Yeah, where most of those weren't successful, but in race 1 I was yeah, overall I just made too many mistakes, some of which cost other the race. I think actually I killed someone, if I recall correctly.
Right now, I don't remember, but we'll have a go through it after the race. So after the stream
I
is
don't
over.
know, I'm pretty sure I sideswiped someone off the track. To be honest, I don't know what else to say.
It's okay.
The two races weren't very good for me.
Okay. Thank you for sharing. Now let's move to Mana.
Yeah, I mean, all in all, it was okay because I didn't train like anything. Like I did 5 laps before the quali, managed to get I think P5, which I was pretty satisfied with. Also regarding the track limits, I didn't know. So like I got 2 legal laps out of everything. P4 in the first race was actually pretty okay. Like the pace was not there was no pace out there for me. The second race was kind of messy. It kind of started with not being to overtake anyone, just not having the pace or the feeling on the brakes or something. And then after the incident, I think it was turn 1 or 5 or I don't know. I just got pushed off the track by Falcon, who was turning around.
Okay.
Spun 2 times and yeah, P11. I absolutely despise this new track. So yeah, let's hope the next one is a bit better.
I mean, next round we are going back to RaceRoom Raceway for the classic sprint, so we'll see how it goes there. Yeah. I know you're pretty fast around RaceRoom Raceway, so we might see you up front some more. Now.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Let's move now to Nesu.
All I can say is that the qualifying itself was a mess from the get-go, because I was able to make only 1 lap, others were just a waste of time. The first race, I would say that it basically showed my skill, because as you might have seen the second race, I was just extremely lucky, like to the maximum extreme, because I was basically P4 from what I remember for quite a while, but then on the last lap I lost 3 positions, so basically that showed the limit of my luck.
Yeah.
I would still say that I agree with a lot of people here that Portimao is a bad track, and that is quite soft to say, honestly, at least in my opinion. So I'm just looking forward for the RaceRoom Raceway again.
It's a very challenging track, I can give you that. I myself, as you know, I have had pretty good times in RaceRoom Raceway, but I couldn't go under the 46-0 constantly. So, yeah, it's a very tricky track. It's tricky,
yeah,
it's difficult, it has a lot of elevation changes, so I get your point. Now, I would like to move to someone who had sadly a tough break into race 2, but that was having a great performance, Salvatore. Are you here? We might not have him with us.
Oh, hello? Okay.
Oh, okay.
Sorry,
No, don't worry.
So, the race 1, I am satisfied with my racecraft, not satisfied with my pace at all. Race 2, the opposite. I mean, on race 1, I just got really unlucky at the start when I was in a bad position. Few contacts, many racing incidents in the start, and then the infamous dive bomb that kind of locked me behind a lot of people trying to recover from pileup. And race 2, I got the crash at the T1, trying to avoid the car on my right side that glitched left. And yeah, I was trying to avoid it and just crashed to whoever was starting on pole. And then I killed, I think it was Morts. I think T2 or T3, depending on how you look at it. And I just was carrying much more speed through the corner. I noticed that he was pretty much braking on the apex. I jumped on brakes. I stalled, but the force was still strong enough to spin him. So to
Okay. Tough
restart
break.
his contacts, and then the server disconnected.
Okay. Now, Okay. Miech, what do you want to tell us about your races?
I think I do it nothing to make anything to. I don't know really. I'm upset with my performance.
Understandable. I'm pretty sure that if you put your head down, you're gonna have way better results in RaceRoom Raceway. in the
Really?
next
I don't
round.
think so.
I think you can. It happens to have a tough break. Happens to everyone. This was just not your race. It happens. Don't worry.
We will see.
We'll see, exactly. That's the good mentality. We will see. Now, let's move to the guy that was lost into Narnia 10 minutes before qualifying. Yami,
Hello.
how did you manage to get here on time?
A run. That was, yeah, that was not my proudest moment. But the race was even worse. Race 1, my braking marker for turn 3 or 4, wherever it was I couldn't see it because I was wheel to wheel with someone, and then, well, you know what happened.
Yeah, we did see turn 4 into the first race. It was very chaotic. Sorry, turn 5.
Yeah. Stewards have mercy. That's all I'm gonna say. But yeah, I'm so annoyed. But I didn't have that much practice, to be fair. But in the first race, I was just going backwards even after the crash. But second race, I spun it at one point, but I was setting much quicker laps. I think I was a second and a half up. My qualifying time was my fastest lap in the race. So I think just lack of practice. I just had no pace, to be honest.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I think I'll do a lot better at racing raceway, to be honest.
That's good. We hope to see you there. Then, let's go next. We have Dingleby, one of the 2 Americans we had today.
Yeah.
Want to tell us about your races?
So race 1 was kind of empty for me. I did hit someone. Really sorry about that. But then race 2 went a bit better, and just staying out of incidents, I managed to make it up to P8, and in the end, finished P8. So really happy with that.
Okay. Very brief. Thank you for sharing. And now, last but certainly not least, our Jason Short, our E. Tell us about your races.
Does it work? This piece of shit. Sorry. I've been cussing.
Okay.
My microphone wanted to kill me. Okay. I've been sitting here in call. I've been noticing kind of a trend as you've gone down the list of people in the audience. I've noticed the tone of everyone's voice sort of gets more depressed and more depressed. I'm pretty sure I
didn't do this on purpose.
I pull that trend a lot. Well, it's just people who just they have worse and worse days. They got into more incidents, or they're just generally slower. For Dingleby, sure he's slow, but yeah, he kept it in the clean all day. And I mean, I don't really have anything interesting I've done except for fuck up a move into turn 1 with Dingleby in the second race, where I got alongside of him. I was in the draft, got alongside of him, but I hit that fucking turn 1 curb really hard, and that spun me all the way out, and I had to crawl my way back to P9. But I noticed something about the times of everyone's race. Mostly because I just noticed my times were so similar between race 1 and race 2. I finished race 1 with like a 16:37.5, and I ended up with race 2 at a 16:37.0. But I noticed the guy at the top, the difference was all of about 8 seconds. It was like 16:00 with Mortz or whoever was in race 1.
Mortz.
I can go through my own
Falcon.
Mortz. Yeah, 16:00.1, and then Langleton, he got in, finished 16:07.9. So I don't know what the fuck y'all were doing in the second race, but don't do that again.
The spirit of Kurt Busch compels you, my guy.
Fuck!
Can you? Oh my god.
Thank you for having me on.
Don't worry.
Logic
Okay.
and penalty, Falcon.
Yeah.
Okay, so thank you everyone for sharing your thoughts about the races. And yes, this will be it for this second round of the DRSC Championship here in Portimao. Next race, as we said, is gonna be at, again, RaceRoom Raceway, but on this classic sprint layout. So expect to see some people that were fast maybe have some trouble, maybe someone that wasn't so fast to really start to shine. I'm pretty sure that if everyone puts in the work, we are gonna have some great racing once again. And this is it. I am Tiziano Raimondi. I've been your host for this second round, and I hope you have a great evening. Goodbye.